Welcome to the replay of My Retro Nightmare live stream number 3. And if it is not replay time for you, then most likely you are live with me right now. Hey, can you see me? Can you hear me? We have had so many technical difficulties tonight and in the past 2 weeks. It's insane. Let me know. The Retromantic here for My Retro Nightmare live stream number 3. Hey everybody. Hi. Let's see, can you guys hear me? Kevin, the custodian ghost hunter, is here. Hi. Nancy is here. Adam is here. Robin Sumner, Rob Adventures is here. Cynthia is here. If you are also here, say hi. Join the chat. Let us know you're here. How is everybody doing tonight? Alicia is here. It's gonna be a retro kind of night. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world right now, but we are gonna kind of put that aside and we're gonna go back in time and we're gonna have some retro fun and enjoy ourselves. What do you guys think of that? Jake is here. Hi, Jake. Sally's here. Hey, Sally. Tammy's here. Hey, Tammy. I'm glad you're here because I'm going to talk about you later in the stream. Good stuff, of course. We're going to get started officially in just a minute here, kind of letting people get their notification and come on into the chat. And then we will let you know what's in store for tonight. Tammy says, no, you don't want me to talk about your awesome collection that I might even see with my own eyes? That's important to talk about. We're going to do it. Sandra is here from Sandra Pink Videos. Hey, Sandra. I notice when I do these streams, I can't stop moving. You guys probably get seasick watching me. I'm like, stand in one place, please. You're making them dizzy. But I sort of just have that kind of thing where I have to keep moving. All right, well, let's go ahead and get things officially started. I had an idea, and it has to do with the streaming platform again, like last time. My newest idea, just a brilliant idea that I'm probably going to mess up with, but it is actually to send a link to myself to join the stream, and I will pick that link up on my phone, and then I will be able to hold my phone to show you guys things around the room close up. Because if you'll recall, before I was using my laptop and like unplugging it and sort of awkwardly carrying it around the room, and it was just kind of a mess. So I figure if I can bring the stream up on my phone, I can show you guys around. In fact, it's going to take me just a second to get it started, but I think that would also be a good way to check in with my friend and yours, Sir Daniel. So let me get that started. I'm going to have to turn off my mic for just a second, so talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. Johnny's here. John Spike Explores, how are you? So bear with me for just a second here. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's two of me. Check it out. Kind of freaky. Like, what's going on? Where do I look? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me because I'm using a different mic. This is really awkward. My chat isn't moving very much, so I'm not sure what people are saying. Yes, I've got a yes. Yes, you can hear me. Both of me. Haha. Okay, I think we're good to go. So, again, as I mentioned just a minute ago, let's check in with my friend and yours, Sir Daniel. Wait a minute here. I am not seeing him. Could it be true that he's actually been let out of the closet? Sir Daniel, where are you? What was that? I think I heard something. Hey, you guys, I found him. And, you know, it wasn't true. He wasn't let out of the closet. He's still in the closet. It just so happens.
It's another closet.
He's in a different closet. And you want to know why? Because we cleaned this one out. Woo! Round of applause, because it was bad. It was bad.
It was very bad.
It was stuff stacked up to the ceiling.
Yes. Jacob, I'm perpetually in timeout.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys knew.
Perpetually.
You guys knew I wasn't going to actually let him out of the closet. At least not yet. Anyway, we got this closet cleaned out. It had stuff out in front of it. There's so much space here now. Like, I can, like, dance. It's hard to do this because I'm, like, shaking you, and it's crazy. But there's so much more space here now, and so I relocated his closet location.
I have more room.
Yes, he says this is a better closet, so he's been upgraded, you guys.
Like
The other closet has bugs in it. It has cave crickets in it. So you got the carpeted one now. It's better. It might be
there were crickets in there before.
70s carpet, but it's nice.
Yes, like crawling all over me.
I saw one last night. Okay, so I am going to move away from him, and while I have the camera, I can show you a little bit of the room. I'll probably come back to this. All of this right here is going to be stuff that's going up for sale, not in the back corner, but here on the table. And we will be talking more about that in a little bit. I found my Care Bears. Becky, if you're here, I found Care Bears. Ooh, I know you're really into those. Now that probably makes you dizzy.
Yeah, let me say hello to those that are saying hello to me.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm gonna switch views, and I'm gonna see if I can get Sir Daniel on his regular view here. So give me another second to get off of this and get him on the stream, and then we will continue with tonight's business and tonight's pleasure. There will be both. So give me a second here. Okay, I am back. Let's see if we can get Sir Daniel here. Sir Daniel of the Closet has joined us. Woo! We managed to do all of that without making that horrible mic feedback noise.
Yes.
I'm proud of us.
Welcome to a view of my realm, the Closet Shire of the Kingdom of Daniel.
Dorky stuff. I expect nothing less from you.
What else? I got nothing else that I can do. Be a dork.
Patricia is here. Hey, Patricia. Hello, anybody else that I've missed while I've been goofing off with different streaming devices? Okay, I think we will go ahead and get started on the agenda. We do have an agenda for tonight, and I'm going to take you away, Daniel.
Yeah, why would anybody want to continue to look at me?
We'll bring you back. We'll see you again, I promise. Okay. Okay. Adventures with Dex is here, and that is Becky. Right?
Yes.
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 Okay. I apologize for calling Becky a dude like 1,000 times the other week. And I was doing that to Hachi too. I don't know if he's here, but I do know Adventures with Dex. Dex is a cat. I figured everything out. And that's Becky, okay? So, hi Becky. And Hachi is someone named Joseph. So I'm sorry I called Hachi a girl. It's kind of hard on here because you guys, if I'm not familiar with your channel or your name, you know, it could go either way. And sometimes I just say the wrong thing. But I want you guys to know that I do go back and watch the stream later on. So I see a lot of things that I missed. I see when I've made mistakes. I see when people have made requests for things and maybe we missed it or they weren't acknowledged because we were just doing our own thing. It was inadvertent. But I do go back and watch the stream and I actually take notes. So I know that I was messing up names, and some of you that requested some items, I wrote those down as well. So I am back up to speed with everything. Yes, I'm keeping it real, Retro, or you're keeping it real. We're both keeping it real here. All right, yes. Lady Ellen and Sir Daniel of the Hoarding Room. That is correct. Becky says it's all good. Glad to hear that. Didn't want to upset anybody. But we're on the same page now. Okay. All right. Let's see what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so updates. We need to do updates. We cleaned out the closet. We said that before, but that was our major accomplishment for this week. It was covered with things practically up to the ceiling, and of course it was full too. So, and by up to the ceiling, I mean out in front of it, things were piled up to where you actually couldn't even see the closet. Like the table was buried, the shelves are still buried back there. The closet that's right here was also buried.
The realm of Sir Daniel.
Yes, Sir Daniel's kingdom was covered. But yeah, so we took care of that, and the same as when we were uncovering the table, we found lots of things along the way, things that you guys requested, things that are gonna go up for sale, and just cool things to use for games and things to show you. So every time we clean out a corner of the room, we make a whole lot of new discoveries, which is kind of cool. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. We moved stuff to storage next door. And don't forget that requests are always ongoing. So if you've thought of something that you're interested in or you're looking for in the world of retro toys, you can always let me know on the chat during streams, or you can message me on the group or the Retromantic Facebook page. And I will put links to those places up on the chat as well. Let me do that real quick. Give you guys some links. So we have the Retromantic Facebook page is right here. So please like that page, and you can message me there. There's a message function or whatever with anything you need to say, or if you have requests, they can go there. And again, that page is more about adventures and videos and getting out and doing different things. It's for my YouTube channel, but again, it's more centered around exploration stuff. But hey, Urbexy, good to see you here. Let's go back and give you another link. And the next one is the group. This is also on Facebook, but it's a group, not a page. And that is the one you can join if you're interested in looking at the things I have for sale. Okay, so that's the platform or the group page that I will be listing things for sale. You can go there if you just want to see a closer look at what I've got in this room, or you can go there if you'd like to actually purchase something or if you've made a request. So there's nothing on it yet, and I know I'm behind on that. I'll get to that in just a second. But the last 2 weeks have kind of been off for me. You may have seen the posts I did online. I've had some family stuff going on, and my computer completely died, which threw me really behind on editing. Now, that was my desktop that died, and I do have a laptop, but I actually bought the desktop because my laptop just couldn't keep up with my editing software. So now I'm back to the laptop, but it's a really slow process, and it's been crashing some. So I've got a video about halfway or more than halfway done. I hope to get it out in the next couple of days. But I do want to say that the wonderful Sir Daniel is helping me with my computer issues. So we're going to get those taken care of.
Eventually.
Yeah, as soon as I can. I mean, we're going to upgrade my laptop first. And so I have to order some things for it and just get some more RAM in there. And then I can be putting out videos as per usual.
And a new solid state drive.
Solid state drive. Yes, what he said. So be doing that. Okay, so I thank him wholeheartedly for his help.
You're most welcome.
With my computer issues. So I've not been uploading as usual, but the next video will be a 1980s flashback weekend video, which is a big event that my small town here puts on every summer. We hope to have it again this summer. The coordinator of that event has actually been in this chat before. I'm not sure if he's here tonight, but he has been in the chat before, and I plan to have him on as a guest at some point after the video comes out, because he is really an expert at retro stuff, and he just loves the 1980s. So we'll want to get him on here to have a little interview session with him at some point. Also, if you guys want to be on as a guest, just let me know. You don't have to let me know here in the chat. Aaron's here. Hi, Aaron. You don't have to let me know in the chat. You can if you want, or you can message me if you'd like to be a guest. I can send you a link, and you can appear on the stream, and we can talk about retro toys. You don't have to be a collector. We can just talk about the memories of the toys that you had when you were a kid, or anything you want to add about toys now or your collections now, or maybe you're a seller of some sort and we can talk to you about that. Just if you're interested in coming on, we do, as much as we love Sir Daniel, technically he's not a guest.
No, I'm like a fixture.
Yes, he's a fixture here. So we want to have some actual guests from outside of this house come in and be on the stream. So you can let me know if you're interested in doing that. Okay, as far as the toy group goes, I have not listed anything there yet, and I apologize for that because I did say I was going to have some things up by now, but that just didn't happen with everything going on. But shortly, you are going to see those things popping up. I've got it all organized. This whole end of the table here is full of items that are going to be going up into the group. So I gave you the link to that group. Join if you'd like to see what I have for sale in this room. The rules for buying will be there as well. Now, a little bit more about that. I'm going to be using the photo albums in that group to sell from. There will be themes or maybe series of toys, or in some cases, they're going to be grouped together by price. So I'm going to mostly be using those albums, but I'm also going to be using the selling function that the group offers to maybe highlight some special items or some more pricey items or something like that that come up in the news feed there. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. And of course, the rules for claiming items will be on the page as well, or on the group. If you've requested an item from me, you have first dibs on what is listed, but of course you have the option to pass on it. And again, one more reminder, I am encouraging people to fill the post office flat rate boxes and bags that I have here for more bang for your buck. So a lot of little low price goodies can go in these boxes and in these bags for a flat rate shipping cost. And there'll be more info about that on the group. So you can ask me questions here if you have them, or again, you can just message me anytime with questions if something isn't clear. Okay, so today we are going to do some of the same games that we did 2 weeks ago, but I am going to introduce a little new segment for tonight, and I'm going to call it BOLO, and that is a already known term in some selling circles, but means be on the lookout. So if some of you are thrifters or flea market people and you like to get out and do that sort of thing, if you sell, or even if you haven't sold before and maybe you want to give it a try on eBay or whatever other thing you want to do that on, like Mercari or Etsy or Facebook, I'm going to give you some items that you might not be aware of that are actually worth a good deal of money. It would be things that most people, if they're not really studying that kind of thing or watching, they would pass right over these things because most people look at them and they're like, that's a piece of crap. Or they don't even see it. It doesn't register on their radar because, you know, it's not like Star Wars figures or like something you know is an important retro toy. But actually, a lot of things have changed and there's different trends that are coming and going. But I'm going to tell you about some that have been pretty steady for the past few years that you might want to keep an eye out for when you're out and about and doing that kind of shopping thing. So be on the lookout. Looks like I've just got girly stuff this week, but I do have some more guyish things we can do in the future. Okay, does anybody know what these are? This is not part of the game, but I'm just going to go ahead and see if anybody is familiar with these things. Thank you, Jake. He says he's enjoying the live streams and the room is looking great. Yes, I have a lot more room. I can dance around with these things that I'm asking you guys if you have seen, or maybe you had one in the 80s or the early 90s. Anybody know what these are? Erin says they look familiar, but she doesn't know. Does anybody know? You know.
I don't remember.
I'm just kidding.
I don't.
I know you don't know.
Somebody says Popples.
No. Popples are the little guys that have a pocket and you like fold them into themselves and they make a ball.
Same person asked this from the Cabbage Patch era?
No. Well, it's from that era, yeah, but
not the same. But not the same.
No.
Series.
They're actually Fisher-Price, you guys. Okay, but I don't think anybody knows the name of these. So these are Fisher-Price Puffalumps. Puffalumps. Many children back in the 80s and it extended into the 90s too had these things. You can see on the foot here, it says Fisher-Price. So like even if the tag is missing, which often it is, although this one hasn't, you can check the foot and it has that FP, which is Fisher-Price. Okay, so these guys I got from a thrift store for 50 cents each. And they have different animals. They have more guyish ones or boyish ones, I should say, like dinosaurs and things like that. And they have dolls, ones that are dolls too. Okay, so I got these for 50 cents each. And
Sumner says she had a Christmas mouse one.
Yes, I have that one too. I have found that Sumner and I have a lot of the same stuff. And I have the Christmas mouse, and I bring that out at Christmas time. They do have several different Christmas ones. There's a Christmas doll one, too, with the face like that one. So I'm going to see if I can actually bring this up to show you guys. This might be kind of hard to do on the screen, but let's just give it a try.
Hey, real quick. Hey, Johnny, I sent you an important private message. I found your external hard drive that you were talking about.
What?
It was in the chat. You missed it, but I just want to key on to him.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
He'll know.
Okay, I'm looking up Puffalumps. Fisher-Price Puffalumps. Okay, so you guys know when you look up prices on eBay, I'm sure the sellers know this, but when you're curious about what, how much an item is going for, you don't look at what the seller has it listed for, because they can put $8,000 if they want to, or they might put too low if they haven't done their research. So don't look at that. You need to go into the filters and you need to look at the completed sales. Let's go in here. And the solds. It's two different things, but I think they both click at the same time. Okay. So yeah, it's just gonna probably be just a really bright, that's not gonna show up. It was worth a try, but okay, you can do this yourself. If you look up Puffalumps on eBay, this is not the higher end of stuff I'm going to show you tonight. This is the lower end, okay? So these things are going for, we've got a sold one today, $24. Okay, that's not a bad thing to get when you paid 50 cents and you pull it out of a bin at Goodwill or wherever. So $24. Also today, $20. Also today, $24, $25. A lot of them were sold today. People looking for Puffalumps on this fine Saturday. There's actually a ton of solds today. Puffalump Bunny Rabbit with Rattle, 1988, $60. I mean, can you believe that for these things? More 20. There's a cow, $55. Okay, so average is kind of 20 to 30, but for certain ones, $50 or $60 even. Can you believe that? Like I said, these are just these little, I don't know how to like describe this material. It's like swishy. It's like, I don't know what you'd call this, but they don't feel like regular soft, well, they're soft, but it's not like a regular stuffed animal. So Jay is here. He says everything has a reddish hue. It's because we moved a lamp, probably. So it's in a different location, but we had to do that because we have Sir Daniel. Surprise! I can't see you.
I don't know why. You know why things frozen.
Okay. He's just kidding. That lamp's not going to do very much when he's frozen.
Yeah, if you looked at my little window on my, it shows me frozen from.
We'll go back out and back in or something. Okay, anyway.
I'm going to refresh to see what happens.
I don't really see it as that red. I don't know what it does. Everybody see it as extremely red because we can change settings or turn on a light somewhere or fix it.
It's when you back up a little bit, it gets redder. A little bit. Yeah.
We can blind the room. Check this out.
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah, that's too much. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it's got this. The lighting up there is kind of obtrusive, but we can do that.
Yeah, take that off. It looks better. It's mood lighting without. Yeah, it's actually better.
Okay, well, you're back here. So we have moved a light because he is in a different closet tonight. So we had to get a different lighting going on. But I don't know. Let's move on. But you guys let me know if like the lighting is really bad or there's some issue. Alien tractor beam. Yeah, that's what happens when we turn on the main light. Okay, so in conclusion, if you find a puffalump, you should pick this up, provided, you know, it's like $1 or 25 cents or 50 cents, because you can really make a profit with these things. So that's the first bolo. Second one is another little girly toy. This is a My Little Pony, but it is a mermaid one. She's got that little heart on the front. So people tend to know that older My Little Ponies are collectible now, but the market is kind of flooded with them. So there's a lot of them that even though they're old, they're not worth very much at all. And they have to be in pretty good condition too for that. But I was lucky enough to find this little girl here in a bin somewhere, and this is another item that was very cheap. Again, it was probably 50 cents. And it had, I've misplaced it, so I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for her comb. But she had a comb that comes with her, and if she has the comb, the value goes up even more, but they're still valuable by themselves. It has to look like this though, because there's another version of the My Little Pony that looks like a sea creature, but she's kind of like a seahorse. This is not that. This is a mermaid. So let me look at the solds for this one. My Little Pony. Mermaid. Did some of you guys have My Little Ponies when you were little? I had a bunch of them.
I had none.
Daniel didn't have any. Oh, you missed out.
No, I think I was good.
Okay. And they're kind of rare, so this, you'll probably find a puffalump before you find one of these. But let me go into the filters here because I don't see any currently listed. Yes, and there's mine coming up. It was sold on the 26th. Vintage. It's actually called Baby Sea Shimmer. And this was actually a later one. It's 1991 as opposed to the 80s. And she was just sold for $43.95. So again, not a bad profit if you're just paying 50 cents for something and you throw it up on eBay and you get $43.95 for it. So definitely be on the lookout for Baby Sea Shimmer, Purple Fancy Mermaid. Hey Justin, I hadn't said hi to you yet. He says there are great deals at those bins in Goodwill. He got a $300 pair of Oakleys for $4.
Say hello to Julie.
That's awesome. Julie is here. Hi, Julie. Okay. She's frying chicken. That does sound good.
It does.
All right. So, and this is the only one in the solds for quite some time. Oh no, there's another one. There's a pink one that went for $50 on the 13th of this month. $50. And then there's another one like this one that went for $46. So, not bad. Okay, we've got one more in the BOLO tonight, and then we will do some games and prizes. Okay. I know what this looks like, and what you want to say it is not what it is. Okay, I know it looks like a Care Bear. It is not a Care Bear. And it is actually worth more than Care Bears. All right? So I'm not going to ask you guys what this is because it's so obscure that I'd never seen one before, but I sold a blue one before this, and this is the second one that I found locally in my small town, just at the thrift store in a bin. Again, it was 50 cents, 50-cent stuffed animal bin. Be on the lookout for this. This is called a Twinkle Bear, and the tag does say that. Twinkle Bears.
Knockoff bear, yeah.
Yes, I believe it was done to look like a Care Bear. But that's the interesting thing. And I think, Sir Daniel, you and I have talked about this, how sometimes the knockoff or the generic version of the toy is worth more
than the original,
now than the original. That surprises you. But they're rare. They're rare in some cases, and
especially if they're made in like Japan or China or something like that.
Yes.
From the 80s or 70s or whatever.
So yes, they were trying to jump on the Care Bear bandwagon with this, but there weren't that many made, and so the value of this is much higher than one of these guys.
So for the guys out there, some of the knockoff Star Wars figures are worth more than some of the figures if you can find them. So that's true with all toys. The knockoffs are sometimes way more money, or just really expensive if you can find them.
And we've got, I showed you that knockoff ET. It was like, what did it say? Outer Space Visitor, or
something like that. Yeah,
funnier than that. But I have some knockoff ET stuff that actually is pretty high in value. But anyway, back to these guys. This one is the trademark Care Bear there, and this one is a Twinkle Bear. Now, sadly, I don't think I have him working. It would have been cool if I put the batteries in him. I think I tested him at some point, but then I took the batteries out. He does have a battery pack in there, and he does light up. The belly lights up, and it looks kind of like shimmery, sort of like holographic. So, Twinkle Bears, how much are they worth? Let's go to eBay Solds and complete it. And there's different colors of this. I mentioned I sold a blue one, and there was a pink one too. So definitely be looking out for those. And I live in a very small town, not that many people, and I found 2 of them in the past year, I'd say. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to find those wherever you are. Justin is guessing $100 they're going for. If anyone else wants to take a guess, they can. So let's get on here and put in Twinkle Bears. I wonder if it says who they're made by.
We're doing a lot of guesses. Justin says $100. Johnny says 70. Jacob says 80.
Okay.
Bob says 50.
So this is made by something called Fantasy Limited. I've never heard of that. So there's just some company that was making kind of like generic products. And this, by the way, this is from 1995. I did want to add that it's not 80s, but the Care Bears have kind of come in and out of popularity, and they've had several lines coming throughout the whole time since back in the day when they first came out. So these are actually from the 90s, 1995. Fantasy Limited. Twinkle Bears. There's nothing currently listed for these, so now would probably be a good time for me to put mine up, which I am going to do. And you guys, some of my items that are more expensive, if you are interested in them, I'm going to be putting links to eBay on the My Retro Nightmare toy sales group. So you can take a look at those. Even if you're not interested in buying it, you can watch the bidding on that because it does get kind of interesting. So we want to go to completed and sold items in the filters. And we have some coming up. Sold on the blue one, sold on 5/27, 175. I know you can't see that. 175, people. 175, Sir Daniel. Can you believe that?
That's a lot.
50-cent item. 175 on eBay.
That's quite an investment.
I have told some people about this and they don't believe me. I have to show it to them. And show them, go on eBay and show it to them.
Yeah, I definitely believe,
because I bring home stuffed animals, and people that come over or whatever, people in my family, they're always like, why did you get that? You have so much junk already. You're a freaking hoarder. And I'm like, look, a hoarder would keep that and just throw it in a pile. I am going to sell it because I want $175. Yeah. I don't know about you.
Sandra got close. She guessed $150. So that's not bad.
Closest without going over in a Bob Barker voice, says Jay. But anyway, so yeah, so people have questioned me on always bringing things that look like complete junk, like the puff lumps, and I held some things back from this week because I wanted to have them for next time we do this, but there's some, I have an item that looks completely ratty that everybody raised an eyebrow for why I buy that from the thrift store, and I will show you why next time. But let's look at a couple of these, see what other variances and prices. Okay, so there is a little bit of a discrepancy in some of the pricing. The yellow one that I have was sold on the 19th for $77. That's not bad. I mean, I'd rather have 175, but I mean, 77 is nothing to scoff at for a 50-cent item. But then underneath it, the yellow bear again was sold on the 18th for $150. So I guess it's kind of depending on the buyer and what kind of bidding war happens. Or you could list it, you could try your luck and you could list it as a buy it now and just put it up for $150 and see who grabs it. That's something else you can do. So yeah, the pink one was sold for $77. The yellow one again for $148.50. And there's an orange one. No, it's the yellow one, just with funky lighting. It looks orange, but it's the yellow one. Again, sold on the 2nd of this month for $90. So yeah. And there's another blue one up here, sold on April 11th for $175. Again, the pink one, $89. The yellow one, $116. And it just goes on and on. Okay, there is a purple one. That one I know, that's really purple. There's a purple one here sold for $51. So there's a lot of them sold during quarantine. I guess people are kind of at home reminiscing.
A lot of things are selling during
yeah.
quarantine.
There's a lot of people just sitting and reminiscing about their childhood and really wanting to get themselves one of those Twinkle Bears again. So yeah. So you guys, you shoppers, you thrifters, and you flea marketers, you look for Twinkle Bears, you look for Puffalumps, and you look for Mermaid My Little Ponies. You got that? That's an order. Okay, again, I know I did all girly toys this time, but next time I'll try to get some more boyish stuff in there. But I will tell you that I've had more luck. I mean, I buy boy stuff and girl stuff. I love it all. But at least in this town and surrounding areas, I find a lot more of that girly stuff, like bears and dolls and things like that. So coming across that a little bit more than action figures and stuff. I still find them sometimes, but you know, people, they know now that Star Wars is...
Well, most of it is that most of the Star Wars isn't worth that much anymore, and you pretty much have to have original stuff in either mint condition,
the box,
or in the box still, and it have to be one of the rare characters that goes for a lot of money. Like some of the like lesser characters from the films are more money than, say, the more popular ones. However, like, not that I'm trying to hijack your toys talk here, but like the Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Darth Vader ones are worth a lot. If you get the Darth Vader ones with the lightsaber is a certain way, or a Luke one where the lightsaber is a certain way, it's worth a lot. And I couldn't quote off the top of my head exactly what those are, but and then the knockoff Boba Fett's are a lot of money. So with the firing jetpack.
Justin Hobart said he found his Terminator figure out of the shed. What did we find when we were cleaning out the closet? A Terminator figure, yes. Mine. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I have that too, Justin.
And that was a Terminator. Was that a
Terminator 2? Yeah, actually. Yeah. So, but I do have one of those anyway. Okay. So, but what?
Oh, you took yourself off there altogether.
I'm back. I pushed the wrong button. Please forgive me.
It's okay.
Okay, what I'm trying to say though is even if Star Wars stuff has gone down, people still save it. They're not putting their action figure Star Wars stuff in the bins or to be donated or whatever. So my point is that's why it's hard to find that kind of stuff. But if you're going through your garage or your attic, maybe your mom is going through and some of your childhood stuff is still around, or people had stuff from the grandkids decades ago, whatever reason it may be, people tend to throw these out because they think they're worthless. It's just a stuffed animal. Or they give it to the dog to tear up. Okay?
Yeah.
They do that at this one thrift store that we have here in town. It's an animal rescue place, the Paws SPCA one. Yep. And they will make a box and they'll say dog toys, and yes, I'll be going through it because they throw stuff like this in there for the dogs. And you know, there's plenty of like stuff from the claw machines and all that cheap stuff from the carnivals and everything that the dogs can have. If they want something to tear up like that, or I know they don't always tear them up. They have their little lovey stuffed animals that they carry around. I know that. But don't give them a Puffalump, because you could sell the Puffalump for $30 and buy your dog lots of dog treats, or buy your dog new stuff, or buy your dog a bed or whatever. But yeah, so people are throwing this stuff away left and right. They're throwing these away, and these, man, that's $175 just out the window, and people do it all the time. They have no idea because it's just not one of those items that you're thinking that way on. So now you guys are in the know. Hey, Jennifer P. I don't think I said hi to you yet. Glad to see you here. John says, Mom has a doll and a teddy bear she had when she was a kid, so it's about 65 years old. Wow, that's pretty cool. We have some creepy dolls from the 60s here that we found.
Yes.
Daniel and I found some of those ones that you pull the string. But not only do they talk, but their mouths move and their eyes move.
Yes.
So I'm not going to show those on the stream. We've actually been taking video footage the whole time we go through everything. And we've got a pretty creepy segment on dolls from the 60s. So that'll be a video, or part of a video that is coming out at some point. Yes, creepy dolls. They are very creepy. Yes, Annabelle. My daughter's name is Annabelle. It's actually spelled the same way as the creepy Annabelle, which is not how Jay spelled it. It has 2 N's. That one's based on the Raggedy Ann doll. We have the Raggedy Ann here. And I also have some Annabelle Funko Pops and some stuff like that because I think it's cool that my daughter has the same name. So I didn't know about that whole thing actually until the movie came out, which was after she was born. So, and I actually named her Annabelle from an Edgar Allan Poe poem. But then it turned out that it was the subject of a horror series. But I'm okay with that because I like horror.
Wasn't that his love interest though? Was it
Annabelle? Yes, it was spelled differently, but I still based it. I liked the name. I just did a variation of it. That was his girlfriend or something. Wrote a poem. Anyway. Okay. Justin says, my dog buddy says, thanks for the advice. A new dog bed sounds great. I'm glad it could help. All right. Let's move on and do a game. And 2 weeks ago, we did the identification game. We're going to do it again this week. I didn't come up with any new stuff for as far as games are concerned. I'm sure I will in the future, but I did feel like we had a lot of fun last week with that one and people enjoyed it. So we are going to do the identification retro toy game again. And like last time, I'm going to be putting your names, if you get it right, into a drawing. And this week, actually, no, I'm going to save that for the spinning wheel. If you win, if I draw your name out of the bag, you will get a retro prize bag catered to you. You can tell me things you like. If I don't have them, I'll just kind of try to go on that general kind of thing. And I will put together a retro toy bag just for you, and I will send it to you. Okay? So what we did last time was I show you an item, and then some of them are two-parters. I'll either just ask for what it's from, or I'll say, what is it from and who is it? So in order to get your name into the drawing, you have to get both parts. Can't stress that enough. Both parts. And then I'll write your name on a little piece of paper and put you in here. So the more that you're getting right, the more chances you have to win. And all the names are still in there from last time. So maybe we can reuse some of them. But we're going to do that. We're going to be focused pretty heavily on actually the 90s tonight. There will be some 80s, but a lot of the items are coming from the 90s tonight. Cynthia says, fill a bag with spicy food and give it to Jay. Actually, we are going to give him a box of food from the Scottish Tartan Museum. I am going to
that's right. You
give him a can of haggis and what is the soda called?
Oh, the Iron Brew.
Iron Brew soda and some other things. We'll try to put some things in there that are tasty as well, so it won't just be the questionable items. Right. But So I don't know about spicy, but I actually am going to. I'm actually going to Pennsylvania at the end of the June, and I'll talk more about that at the end of tonight's stream, because I did want to bring that up. But I will be bringing a box with me to give to Jay for a chow time episode. So you guys can look out for that. Okay, so yeah, so you can win a retro prize bag tonight if I draw your name. Okay, so let's do this. I have a box of news items that I found, and we are gonna see who knows their stuff. Oh, one more thing. I did want to add that last time I compared 2 screenshots of the chat, one from me and one from somebody else at the exact same time, and people's answers were coming up in different orders.
Yes, right.
Okay, so you are going to have to forgive us on that.
Yeah.
Out here in our ancient internet service zone, we may see answers coming up differently from you. I promise we're not ignoring or being choosy. It's what we see first. So I apologize if it's different from what you see, but that's just going to kind of add an element of luck to who gets it on this. Okay, so guys, just for fun, you know, we're just trying to have a good time. No hard feelings if I don't see you or I skip over you or it's coming up in a different order. We're just going to do our best with what we have here on that. So let's get started. Exploring with CF is here. Hey, CF. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you stoked? Because here comes the retro toys. Yes, that's a good retro
90s
kind of word.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited about all this space. I could never do this
a lot
before.
tonight.
Okay, all right.
RJ 78's here now.
RJ! Hi, RJ. Do the RJ dance. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, there's some easy ones tonight, and there's some hard ones that I know I'm going to stump you on. So be prepared. Let's do an easy one first that multiple people will get. All right. So this had a show in the 90s that was a cartoon, but the character, which is actually not originally based on a toy or a show or anything, it was an actual thing used by society, without giving it away, it later became a cartoon.
I'm waving hi to RJ.
Okay. Sir Daniel says hi. Anyway, this later became a cartoon in the 90s. You guys will know what it is, and it's going to make an appearance in my next video too. So here we go. What is this? The name of the thing is the name of the show too. So we're just looking for one answer. Yes, Sir Daniel has a new closet. You're coming in late. He's
JP says crash test dummies.
Okay, we have Jay for this. Jay has said crash test dummies, and he is correct. Does anyone remember the cartoon? It was early 90s, like a Saturday morning cartoon. And that's what this is from.
Jacob says bang.
It's got, he's saying bang because, you know, crash test dummy, bang.
Okay. Was the name of the cartoon Crash Test Dummies or?
Oh no, the guy's name is Bang.
Okay.
They each had different names, and this one's named Bang. It says 1992 on his butt. So yes, Jay is correct. Spaceman Dudley is here. I hadn't said, did I say hi to you? I don't know. I know you've been here for a while, but I don't remember if I said hi, so hi. Okay. Yes. So guess what? Jay is going into the drawing first. In he goes. Okay, let's move on. Okay. This one is sort of hard, maybe not if you were into the fashion. This thing had a line of clothing that went with it, and it later, after that, also in the early 90s, it also became a Saturday morning cartoon that was not successful or liked at all. So it only went like one season. It only had a few episodes. You may want to blurt out the name of another dog because it has some similarities, but I would take a second thought about that before you type that in. Okay? So it is a dog. His head is falling off. I need to sew it back on, but for now, I'm just going to have to hold it in place. I don't need the name of the show. It's very hard. Just the name of this dog.
Somebody says woof, LOL. No, Blurt. Somebody say is the dog's name Blurt?
No, I don't think he was saying that to this. I don't know what that means, but no.
Not Spuds McKenzie.
Spuds McKenzie is the dog name I wanted you not to guess. We did him last time. This is not Spuds McKenzie, even though it has some similarities. He is different. And he does not represent beer. He was on shirts like, you remember those beachy shirts like 17th Street Surf Shop and all that stuff? He would be on those shirts. And then he was a cartoon on Saturday morning.
Somebody says Slappy?
Nope. His forehead is coming off. I gotta sew it back on. He's got sharp teeth. Co-ed naked shirts. He had his own shirt, but yes, it was similar to stuff like that, and there was like Big Johnson shirts and all that beachy junky stuff from back in the day.
I don't think somebody says Larry.
No.
Somebody says Spike.
This came out in the 80s. I don't know exact year, but it came out in the 80s. I wonder if it even came out before then. I might look it up. But it also went into the cartoon was in the early 90s, but the heyday of this thing was the 80s.
Oh, RJ's is cutting it up. Is it Jeremy? Is it Ralph?
Is it Hooters? You guys are...
Patches? Somebody else said Surf?
It was not on Nickelodeon in US. Don't ask me why I know this, but it was on Nickelodeon in Canada. It's not Scrappy Doo. Okay, nobody knows. Okay. This is Rude Dog. And the show is called Rude Dog and the Dweebs. Crazy.
Now, I don't know. Jennifer might have gotten it just as you said that, and I don't know if she's asking Rude Dog. Like, that's really the name, or if...
I think she might have gotten it.
Yeah.
Okay, we will give that to Jennifer. She said Rude Dog, and she is correct. This is Rude Dog. He was on people's shirts, and it would say stuff like, I just can't help being rude. And then it would have the dog making a crazy face with like teeth and everything everywhere, and he looks really 80s.
I definitely
neon colors. I do. And then the show was Rude Dog and the Dweebs, and it was very unsuccessful. It was cut after one season. And a lot of like, you know how some parents, they don't really care what their kids watch. If it's a cartoon, it's a cartoon, whatever. But other parents are kind of analyzing everything. and banning shows and stuff like that from their kids from watching. And I actually did have a mom like that, so there were some shows, but it was odd. The ones she would let me watch and the ones she wouldn't, it would be like, why? You know, because anyway, not to get into that, but Rude Dog was one that the parents didn't like because, well, he's a rude dog and he's rude. And he's rude in the show, and his little friends are rude, and they kind of like make a thing out of being rude, and all the t-shirts were like, it's, you know, it's cool to be rude and stuff like that. So moms didn't like it. But the shirts weren't for kids. I mean, they were for adults. So I don't even know why they decided to make a children's show out of this, but they did, and it was cut pretty quickly. Okay, so yeah, that's Rude Dog. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, look up Rude Dog, and the Wikipedia on it gives you so much cool information. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with like ska music, but he actually has something to do with like the ska scene and the Rude Boys and all that stuff that like had a resurgence back then. And so if you look it up, you can find information not only about the show and the clothing line, but some of its roots that have to do with music and ska. So that's kind of interesting. And you can also see all the 80s images that are pretty cool. And they have some shirts available now because you guys know all those shirt shops where you make your own stuff to sell. And there's some Rude Dog stuff that's out that's a pretty cool throwback to the 90s and 80s. And he may even be older than that. I kind of looked up a lot of stuff and I'm forgetting, but he may even come out just on the clothing in the late 70s. So let me add Jennifer in. So Jennifer got that one. So she is in.
Did you say hello to Theodore?
No.
Okay, Theodore's here.
Theodore is here. Hello, Theodore. Good to have you here. Okay, so we got a next one. This is a two-parter. I want to know the name of the character and the name of the show, which are different. And you need to get both parts to get it right. And this is from 90s, and it was a cartoon. Okay, and it was on Nickelodeon. So those are your hints. Here we go. Who is this character and what show is he from? There's even a clue. His initials are on there. I'll just let you guys have that.
Toast Man.
Yes, but there's one more word to it.
Powered Toast Man actually got it first. E-Fog or?
You need to get both, you guys. Both in the same sentence. Okay.
The first person to get it all, I think, is Jennifer.
Okay.
Yeah, Powered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy.
If I'm looking back on here, I see Erin, who is E-Fog. I see her say Powdered Toast Man. Well, close to that anyway. Powdered Toast Man. It's just a typo. Mm-hmm. And then she says Ren and Stimpy, like one chat down.
Okay.
So technically she did get both of them first. But you guys, if you know both, put them in the same line so you get them both at the same time and you can be first. Okay? So yes, so we'll go with Erin for that. This is Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy. And he's like in his underwear there. And he's some kind of superhero for Ren and Stimpy. I don't know about you guys, but I watched Ren and Stimpy and I thought it was a hilarious show. Was Toaster Head Man. That's a good guess. Yes, so we're going to give that one to Erin. Okay. Okay, this is from a movie. It was 90s. And I'm not going to ask for the names of these two guys because I don't even know them. I'd have to look it up. I'm just going to ask what movie they are from. So here they are coming at you. They are books, by the way. See? This is like, they're like, well, this one's a pirate book. And this one just looks distressed. So these are from a 90s movie. Yes. Page Master is correct. I see Rob and Sumner first.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Close followed by Jennifer. Yeah. Yes, this is from the Page Master, which was part animated and part real people. It had Macaulay Culkin in it as the little boy. And they were in a library and they went to this magical fantasy place and the books came alive and all this different stuff happened. So yes, that's Page Master.
Yeah, definitely not the Goonies, Johnny.
Here's the VHS. Macaulay Culkin, Christopher Lloyd. That's what it looked like. I'm sure some of you have seen it. Okay, so that was Robin Sumner, right? Okay, let's pick up the pace. Okay, 90s character. The name of the show is the name of the character. Cartoon, Nickelodeon, go.
Captain Chunk.
Isn't that Goonies? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Get your answers in.
Somebody says
That
XAT dog.
It's okay. Jake is before that though. Jake said cat dog, and cat dog is correct. Okay. Cat dog. It was a dog connected to a cat with the other long like center body, and there was a dog on one end and a cat on the other end. They usually don't look like this. They're usually like elongated out, but this particular thing is like a little keychain watch or clock, and they're kind of wrapped around it. But yes, that is cat dog from the 90s. So, Jake.
Oh, God.
What?
Somebody's asked, how did they poop?
Well, there was a butt on both ends. So.
Wow, that's a mess.
Right? So they could poop either way.
Oh, Lord.
But I guess the other one has to go with them. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of dogs tonight for some reason.
And apparently it's a Nickelodeon theme night.
Yeah, and I have more from Nickelodeon too. But the next one is not from Nickelodeon. It is another dog, and I am not going to give you any clues until I show it to you, because I think it will be easy to give this one away if you're familiar with it. So I'm just going to show it, and then I'll start giving you some clues. Who is this dog? His trench coat is messed up. I would say he started in the 80s. Probably early 80s.
Okay, JP says McGruff.
McGruff is correct. Does anyone know the whole name?
I think Justin got it.
No.
Oh.
We're going to give it to Jay. McGruff is correct. Yes, Jacob. McGruff the crime dog. I'm going to put in 2 for that one. I'm going to let Jay have 1 and Jake. Okay? So this is McGruff the crime dog, and he was on commercials saying, like, don't talk to strangers and don't get in cars with strangers and don't do drugs. And, well, I don't know if he said don't do drugs. I don't remember if he was crime specific, but he basically tried to help. He was an advertisement to keep kids out of trouble. And I'm actually, I didn't do much research on him. I don't remember if he had a show or not. I remember him as commercials.
Yeah, so do I.
Sir Daniel also remembers him as commercials. If you know more about him, you can let me know. Take a bite out of crime. Is that what he said? That sounds really familiar.
It does sound right.
So yes, this is McGruff the crime dog. You guys, obviously, some of you remember him. But yeah, let's put 2 in. I'm just going to do 2 for that one. Jay. And Jake.
Him and Nancy Reagan.
What? Oh, yeah.
Making a joke.
Don't
just say no to drugs. And
yeah, Nancy Reagan had that whole campaign.
Then Dare came along. Yeah, Dare did come along.
Okay, we got some more. More Nickelodeon. Okay, I want the name of the show and the name of the character. This might be kind of tricky, but it was 90s again, and it is a cartoon on Nickelodeon. What is his name and what show is he from? If you know both, put them in the same answer line. I have no idea. Well, you obviously were not watching Nickelodeon cartoons in the 90s.
No, I wasn't.
I was, even when I was pretty old. So, teenager, I still watch this stuff.
Doesn't look like anybody's coming up with any. Oh, Jennifer P says Real Monsters.
Ah, Real Monsters. She got the part too. This is from a show called Real Monsters.
Yeah, I don't think anybody got it before Jen. We back it up a bit.
That is correct. Does anyone know his name? Ickis. Real Monsters. Okay. The first person to get both, it looks like Robin Sumner. It's Ickis, Real Monsters. Is that what you see?
That's what I'm seeing.
Okay, so we're getting strict. Getting both. Because I did specifically ask for both the show and the name of the little guy. So this is Ickis from Real Monsters, Robin Sumner. Okay. This is another Saturday morning cartoon. Well, yeah, because we got a lot of Nickelodeon stuff going on, but those are kind of like anytime. But we also have a lot of Saturday morning cartoons coming up here. Now, this was a really popular one in the 80s, and then there's been some movies redone in recent years on this one. Now, he is not wearing his typical outfit, but you should still be able to get the name of this character. So here we go. Shh! I hear that.
I remember watching that as a kid.
He was humming the theme song.
That was a fun little. Yep.
Becky
got it. Oh wait, no, Jennifer.
No, Jennifer.
Oh, Spaceman.
No, Spaceman.
Wait, wow.
No, our chat is going crazy.
Yeah, everybody got it. EFOG got it first. spelled it wrong, but got it right.
Okay.
At 10:49. Yeah, the chat just went crazy.
Yeah,
Everybody
you guys
basically knows it.
You guys all like knew that.
Yeah.
So the first one, R.J. Kerplunk. No?
No, EFOG.
Yeah, I know, but it says R.J. Kerplunk. Okay, Inspector Gadget. Aaron. But yes, most of you guys knew that. Okay, we got a few more.
Somebody, Rob said inspection gaiety.
What? It's an interesting take on the name.
Oh.
Okay, the next one. I have some clues I can give you, but they're going to be really giving it away. So I'm just going to show you the character and see if any of y'all get it. Name this character.
JP asked Blue's Clues.
No.
JP now says Trix Rabbit.
Trix Rabbit is correct.
Yeah, JP got it.
Okay, yes.
Let me
Yes.
just go back and make sure that it didn't jump. Yeah, JP was the first one to say Trix Rabbit.
Okay, this is the Trix Rabbit from Trix cereal. That is right. Silly Rabbit, Tricks Are for Kids, all that stuff from the 80s and still going on today. And his little tag says General Mills, the cereal makers, the food snack makers, whatever you want to call them. Hoppy the Pimp Rabbit was a good guess, but that is incorrect, Spaceman Dudley. Good try.
I wouldn't have got it.
For cereal?
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing. I still, even looking at it, doesn't really ring a bell with me.
He's on the box, like the red box, and there's the bowl, and then the rabbit's always there.
Yeah,
Still
just didn't
today.
ring a bell with me.
Okay, I got a harder one. This one, I've seen the things before, but even I forgot the name, even though I collect them, because they're pretty obscure. So I want just the name of these guys, and I'm going to be really impressed if somebody gets it. I'm sure we'll have some creative answers. It looks like it was a cartoon, and it looks like something else that we're all familiar with, but it's a different color. It's actually, you would think it was based on a cartoon, but it's not. There were some books and probably some other items, and I'm just going to show you. This is going to be a tricky one.
I have no clue.
There's one. There's another.
Debbie asks Count Chocula.
No.
Jacob.
They are green, but
Rob says Little Green Men.
they are little green men, but that is not
John
their
Spike
name.
Says Bucky.
No. This one.
Booger and Ooger from Uranus. Chuck and Larry.
Spaceman, you should know this.
Martian.
With your name
Marty.
being Spaceman.
Snorks.
Snorks is a good guess. It's from the same era, but they are not Snorks. Snorks live under the sea, and these are space guys. I doubt anybody is going to get this. Maybe if you Googled, but I'm going to call it off before that. They do. Okay, I knew someone would say that. Erin says they remind her of Smurfs, and that is correct. They're from the same time period, and they look similar to Smurfs, and they are that same size, and they are that PVC kind of material that like so many things were, like California raisins and the Smurfs and all kinds of other stuff. Okay, Nano.
I think she meant, or he, Nanu, as in Mork and Mindy.
Yeah. Well, I knew that, but I guess I said it wrong, if that's the way you say it. Yeah, that's Aaron. So, nobody knows. Astro Snakes. Okay, that's that's very close.
That's classic.
It says Anastronics, actually, but we're going to go with that because it's the closest. And this one is very hard. These are called, and it's right on the bottom too, I think. And this one actually says McDonald's. Astro Snakes. Okay, these are Astro Snakes. And I actually wrote a couple things down about them because we are not that familiar with these guys. But they're Astro Snakes. They had books, children's books in the 80s and late 70s. They actually first made an appearance in 1976. They are German. And they are made by a company, I kid you not, called Bullyland. Okay? So Bullyland in Germany makes Astro Snakes. And these are highly collectible. I didn't look up their worth. I'm not sure.
It's not pronounced that.
What?
How you're pronouncing it, probably.
Well,
do you have it written down there? Can I see it?
It's you may be right, but that's how it looks. Bullyland. Maybe there's a different pronunciation, but to my Americanness, it looks like Bullyland.
It would be close. Okay. It would be Bully.
Bully
yeah,
land.
Probably.
But doesn't that still translate
or possibly, trying to remember my German, it might be Bully.
Okay, well, it says Bullyland on the bottom.
Unless they're just using English on the name. It's very possible.
Well, it says hand painted in West Germany.
Yeah.
West Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Bully or Boule or something. But yeah, these.
Sorry, something I just saw. Someone Spaceman Dudley.
I didn't see it.
Go and look.
Some of what?
It says I smoked some of that.
What? Some Astro Snakes? Okay. So yeah, you guys commit that to memory. They are highly collectible. So if you see one and you're like, what is that green Smurf doing right there? You should get it because they are, again, I didn't look up the prices, but you should pick these up. Astro Snakes. And they actually made them up until 1998. I couldn't believe that part. I don't think they were much around here, but as late as 1998. And they were, when you look these up, Smurfs come up too, because they were made by several different companies. And one of the companies made these and Smurfs. So fun facts. Okay, we got a few more, and then we'll do the spinning wheel. And then we'll call it a night after that, but we will keep going for a little bit here. Okay, so wait, I gotta add Rob and Sumner because they were closest, or no, was that Rob's commercials or Rob and Sumner?
Commercials.
Commercials, so that's just Rob.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see what else is in the magical box.
Classic commercials.
Okay, I feel like after that one, we should do an easy one.
Justin says, give me a chance.
I'm going to do an easy one, so maybe you will. So this guy is kind of not in his natural habitat. And this particular toy has got some 80s or 90s flashy clothes going on, and he's on something that you don't always see him on. But if you look closely at the character, you should know who it is. It's been around for many decades, earlier than 90s and 80s. Okay, so here we go. On his jet ski.
Yogi Bear.
I see it first from Jay.
Yeah, JP. JP's got a lot of wins tonight.
All right, we see it first for Jay. That is right. This is Yogi Bear, but it's kind of like maybe a 90s Yogi Bear. Yep, 1991. He got all like stylish and cool in the 90s. That's right.
JP's out to win tonight.
He's in it to win it. Okay, we're headed back to the 90s. We're headed back to 90s cartoons. We're headed back to Nickelodeon. So I want the name of the character and the show. Character and show. Try to get it together if you can. Here we go. This lovely, disgruntled looking girl. What is her name and her show? I gotta cover her tag because it has her info on there.
Helga Hay Arnold.
Yes, who got it?
Rob and Sumner. So Sumner.
That is correct.
And then Justin says Rugrats?
Not Rugrats. It does bear. That's a good guess because this bears a resemblance to Angelica, who always looks angry and also has blonde hair, pigtails like that. So
Poet Pen.
So that was a good guess. Clarissa Explains It All is not a good guess because I don't think this looks much like Melissa Joan Hart, and I love that show. But okay, and it's not a cartoon. I said it was a cartoon. Britney Spears, no, but that's a better guess than Clarissa Explains It All. Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory. I actually don't remember what that character looked like. There are some things I don't know, but maybe it bears some resemblance to this one. But yes, this is from Hey Arnold. If you guys remember Old Football Head, is what they called him. His head is shaped like a football. And this was Helga on the show. And that's Hey Arnold. It was a cartoon, and they also made it into a movie. So, who got that again?
Sumner got her name, but nobody got Hey Arnold, I don't think.
Nobody got him.
Oh, wait, no.
No,
Jacob got, Jennifer.
Go back.
Holy crap. Rob Sumner, Helga Hey Arnold.
Okay, that's what
she got it all. Yeah.
It was Sumner. Okay, a few more. Okay, so Sir Daniel thinks that this just looks like a run-of-the-mill teddy bear, but it's not. It goes with something, and I'm not going to give it away, but I kind of am in stating that we have cartoons today, but if you'll take note, we also have things that represent products. Okay, so here we go with this. Who's this?
Downy Bear. JP got it. But what's the name?
That's the product it represents.
What's the name?
You got to get its name. I want the name of the bear. It is the Downy Bear.
No, Jennifer.
Snuggles.
Jennifer.
Teddy Bear.
No, Spaceman got it. Gee, everybody's
Snuggles.
getting it now.
So it was Spaceman.
I think it was Spaceman. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, Spaceman said Snuggles first.
Okay, it's Spaceman gets it. This is but if you said Downy, like Jay said Downy, that is the product it represents. But I was looking for the name of the bear in this case, and he is Snuggles. And he is still around today. You can find him on the product in the store, but I don't watch that much commercials now, but I don't think that they have the same kind of commercials they used to have in the 80s where the bear was like alive and walking around and talking to people about their laundry stuff. But there's him, and I happen to notice that I actually have a bigger one right here. So you could get these, I think, through the product somehow, like send away for them. And here's a big one and a little one. And I have several of these, and if you guys like the Downy Bear, there actually is going to be one on the sale group. And it'll be cheap because these guys are not going for $175 like Twinkle Bear, unfortunately. Okay, just a few more. Let's see how many more. We've got.
It's 11:06. If you don't know.
Okay. So. I'm going to do 3 more, and then we'll do a few spins on the spinning wheel. And then I do have some updates about the channel. I want some different stuff about plans coming up that I want to say to you before we close out. So let's go ahead and move on. I've got a lot in here that I'm just going to skip and save them for next time so we have more to do. But I mean, there's always an abundance of stuff to do here. Okay, another dog. Yeah, we've had a lot of dogs tonight too. This dog had a cartoon that it originally was a comic strip in the papers. Okay, so there's another dog, a famous dog that he looks like. So that could throw you off, but let's see who gets this correct.
Jay says Deputy Dog.
No. Night, Theodore. Thanks for dropping in. Marmaduke. Who said it first?
Spaceman.
Yes. This is Marmaduke. You are correct. I was waiting for someone to slip up and say like Scooby-Doo.
Jennifer did.
Okay, no.
And Johnny said Scrappy.
Yeah, it's neither one from the Scooby-Doo series. It is Marmaduke who goes before. Well, I don't know. Scooby-Doo is pretty old. I don't know which one came first.
Yeah, Scooby goes back to the 60s.
But so does this.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one is older, but I do know that Marmaduke was a comic strip in the Sunday paper and stuff like that. And he had books too. I disappeared. No, I just have Garfield books there. I know I have a Marmaduke book somewhere. Who knows where. And if you said Marmaduke, you know your stuff. If you have never heard of Marmaduke and you're interested in stuff like this, look him up. Because he is an interesting character that's a little bit older than 80s and 90s, which is the majority of stuff we do. He's been around a lot longer, like Yogi Bear. Much older. Okay, so Jay knows the comics. So some people do remember. I mean, I think he was still around. I don't know. Timeline's a little off, but I want to say when I was a kid, we still had Marmaduke in the 80s in the Sunday paper. That's what I feel like, but I couldn't tell you for sure.
Cynthia says hers is actually before Spaceman when she answered. On mine, it shows hers is right after his.
Who do you guys see first for getting Marmaduke? Let the chat tell us, because we're having some visual issues. Who got Marmaduke first? Let us know. Scroll back up and tell us. I'm going to move on, but I will go back to whoever got that. How about something from the 50s, 60s? I don't have a lot of that. I miss 80s and 90s retro. I do have a little bit of 70s.
Two people say Spaceman got it first.
Okay, we're seeing Spaceman first.
Sandra says Spaceman, so that's 3.
Okay. So we're putting down Spaceman. I guess we're doing majority rules on that. Because, like I said, we do have some problems with the chat going at different rates and people seeing different things.
Yeah. And that could have been Cynthia on her end. Hers might have shown up first for her. And,
right.
And Spaceman could have been late on hers. So.
Yeah, so we apologize if we're getting it a little messed up, but we'll just do our best. Last time I did show Dream Pets, and Dream Pets are from the 60s. So that was one thing. I do have some older stuff, and I will keep an eye out for it, and I will try to put some older things in the next one that we do. But I'm just like overrun with pretty much 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Julie says Marmaduke was born in 1954.
Wow, so even earlier. He was in the 50s. And somebody mentioned there was a movie, and I think I remember that too, like later, like in current years, there was some kind of movie. So.
Johnny says, what did I win tonight? Our gratitude for coming.
Yes. Thank you for being here. Rob Adventures wants to know, how old is Marmaduke in dog years? He would be pretty old. I can't even do the math on that.
I don't even remember what the ratio is for dog years.
Okay, we got 2 more. Let's move on. This is a Saturday morning cartoon, and it is from the 90s. And this is going to be harder, but I want the name of the character and the name of the show. So you got to get both. And if somebody knows, well, I'm not going to say that part yet, because that'll give it away. Okay, here we go. Who's this guy? His name and his show, people.
I know the show. I don't remember the name. Somebody asked if it's Marty McFly. Somebody asked if it's Hasselhoff.
No. No. This is 90s, maybe even getting into mid 90s. So mid to early.
Yeah, something like that. Somebody says Mighty Max.
No.
I just remember the show. I don't remember his name. I didn't really watch that.
Well, you were pretty old when
yeah, I was pretty old
when this came out, and I was too.
Somebody got the show right.
Someone guessed JP with hair. Did they make a JP action figure back in the 90s? I didn't know that.
Did you want the character and the name of the show?
I want both, but I may give it out for who said the right show.
Here, let me scroll back because people are like throwing down a whole bunch of stuff.
He is not a surfer dude.
Jacob got the show.
Okay, Jacob is correct. It is from Captain Planet, and he is also correct when he says Heart Guy, because this guy had the power of heart. You know, they were like, with our powers combined, we're Captain Planet. It was like heart, wind, water. I don't know if I'm getting that right, but they like had rings and they put their powers together. So you guys, this is from Captain Planet, and it is the Heart Guy. So I'm going to give it to Jake. The actual name of this guy is Mati. So I know that's hard. I had to look it up, okay? I didn't know that one either, so.
And the only reason why I knew that he was from Captain Planet is like I see the globe on his.
Yes.
With the grid.
Do you remember the song? It was like, Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0. You guys remember that?
I don't know.
I'm not the only one. Come on. All right. So we're going to say Jake for that. We have one more. So it's just been a day of cartoons, and more cartoons pretty much. So we are going to round out the game with a final cartoon. This was a Saturday morning cartoon on one of those major networks. I don't think this was on Nickelodeon. I don't know which one, but it was more like like an ABC Saturday morning, or Fox, maybe Fox, something like that. So for this one, let's do the name of the character and the name of the show, which are similar, meaning the same word is in both, but there's an extra word in the name of the show. Okay, so you want to get character and show. And this is a McDonald's toy. And this was, I want to say, maybe late 80s into the early 90s.
All those people talking about Space Ghost. Space Ghost was awesome.
Sir Daniel approves of Space Ghost. Yes, I see both answers from Jennifer. It's Bobby from Bobby's World. She got it first. I did see Bobby before that, or Bobby's World before that, but we needed to have both. Bobby from Bobby's World.
Howie Mandel.
We have some creative answers here. But yeah, that is...
Space Ghost was a pretty cool cartoon.
Bobby from Bobby's World. It was Jennifer, right? Jennifer. I don't want to mess this up.
Yeah, let me scroll back and double check that. Yeah, Jennifer.
Okay. We are done, and I'm gonna be a cruel person and make you stay till the end to see who wins that. Listen to me babble about my upcoming plans. You gotta get through that first for the drawing, and I may start being really mean and saying you must be present to win, because if you leave like RJ did last time, I won't be so lenient this time. I'll say he's not present, and I will draw another name. So I'm just like really laying down the law tonight, getting strict.
I mean, she's not even letting me on camera that much.
I know! I like so haven't gone to him in like forever.
I have no idea what kind of facial expressions I'm making back here. I mean,
now you can show. Okay. I mean, yes, he is right.
Watch it. She's going to take me away.
No. I'll leave you up for a minute. I have been neglecting Sir Daniel of the Closet.
I'm always neglected from everyone.
Okay, so everyone show him some love. There he is.
Yeah, JP, her way or the highway.
Whatever, Jay. Come on. He is always giving me a hard time. Yeah, but anyway, if you want to say hi or say something to him, right now you're just big eyes.
Hello.
Back it up.
Somebody says hello, and I'm saying hello.
Okay. And if you came in late, he is reporting to you live from another closet.
Right.
Not the original one from the last two shows. He is in a cleaned out closet. He said it's nicer than the other one.
It is a little bit roomier.
I haven't let him out of the closet yet, but I gave him a nicer one. So it's good.
It's less claustrophobic. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Of course, you are in between like hanging clothes, but I cleared them out.
No, it's not that bad. The other one was like I felt like I was going to be sucked in.
And there were cave crickets in there.
Yeah, which I didn't know. You didn't tell me about that.
Well, I didn't want to spook you. So, okay. I hope she pulls my name out. I'm so excited. John, did I even put your name in? At all? I don't think I did. Okay. All right. Let's do the ever popular spinning wheel. So see, Sir Daniel, you can come on the main screen now.
I can?
Yes, I grant you permission.
All right. Oh my God, I got out of the closet.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I gotta breathe and relax.
Ta-da! He has
Yeah.
emerged from his closet dwelling. Are you ready for the spinning game?
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Yes.
I better take my seat. I should move this a tad closer, don't you think?
Yes. Okay. So, the spinning game. The spinning game. I feel like I had something to say about the spinning wheel. Okay, yes. Thank you, notes. The spinning wheel tonight, the spin it to win it spots, or at least the first one, we might do more, is going to be for this bag that's already made. It is Star Wars stuff. No, nothing valuable, no like first release action figures. You guys know I can't be parting with those, but there is still some cool stuff in here if you're into Star Wars, or you know someone who is, or your kid, if you have a kid maybe. It's got fun stuff like that in it, and it's got the weird pincher creature. Rah, rah, rah. And it does have some, a little bit older, this is like 15 years old or so. Some McDonald's toys from episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Got that, and some other stuff. It has some cards, playing cards, I mean. And I threw in a couple of loose, like McDonald's toys or newer figures and stuff. There's that guy, and that's animated series, right?
Well, yeah, it's Count Dooku, but it's the animated version of Count Dooku.
And this was like, this is Burger King. Wind up guy, and then we have this little Princess Leia.
Let me see the wind up guy. Oh, it's Yoda.
Yoda.
Yeah,
and then the bag itself is kind of cool.
Which is Yoda.
It's retro, like retro 60s looking. So if you get the prize bag tonight, you can win this. So the way this works, in case we have some new people, is I usually put the spinning wheel on Sir Daniel's head because it's a good visual. It works out nice, like a table, only higher. And I spin. I either get an action, I land on an action to do that has to do with retro stuff or something to do with the room, like before I've had to model like tacky 80s clothes, or the blindfolded one where I have to identify any toy from the room just by touch. You have yet to stump me.
That's right. I gotta do. Oh, I gotta.
So
really
if we land on that, I'm pretty good at that game apparently. But if I land on a spin it to win it square, you guys in the chat need to be the first one to shout out me or whatever to get my attention. That means you want to turn, like me or my turn or something like that. The first one we see, which may not be the first one you see again, so I apologize. The spin is then for them. So I spin, and same thing, it's either an action or a spin it to win it spot. If they land on spin it to win it, then they get the retro bag. So there's a couple different layers to how this works, but let's do it. We're not going to do this like really long because it is starting to get late. And what we'll do is next time we'll lead off with the spinning game and do that more. Because we do want to start thinking about wrapping it up. Okay, so I spin first. And then I'm going to check my chart here. There's different characters and they represent different things. So let's go. Good spin. Here we go. That was a good long spin. move, you'll throw it off. I'm just kidding. Okay, we have landed on Iron Man. And Iron Man is... I actually was calling it Spin It to Win It, which, whatever, but it's actually called Viewer Spin, Viewer Win, and it is Viewer Spin, Viewer Win, so say me if you want to turn right now, right now, right now. Okay, Justin Hobart is who I see. Justin Hobart, that is who I see first. I see Vanna White, and then I see me, Justin. Okay, so I'm going to spin for Justin. Here we go. This is Justin Hobart's spin. You can cut the tension with a knife. Iron Man again! Guess what? That is Viewer Spin, Viewer Win! Because we got the same thing twice. So, Justin Hobart wins the Star Wars bag. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Justin Hobart, everybody give him a high five. Okay, so Justin Hobart, you need to message me. Don't do it publicly, obviously. Message me your address, and I will send you the retro Star Wars prize bag. Woohoo! Not rigged. Jay, always trying to find a problem with everything. I'm just kidding. But it wasn't rigged. Spin it to win it. Okay. All right. Since we did get rid of the prize bag, which was awesome. But for the sake of the game, we will go maybe 1 or 2 more times, and then we're done. And we'll do it longer next time. Okay, so back to me. Yes, Justin, woohoo! He finally got one in tonight, says. How's your head doing?
It's all right.
Can it take another spin or 2?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta check.
Oh, I can't do it anymore. No.
One of these days you're gonna get me under it, right?
No.
No? I might want to turn. Okay, here we go. Brace yourself. If we go back to prize stuff, it'll be a retro prize bag that I made for you. But we probably need to get an action here. If we get Iron Man again, it might be rigged by accident.
Yeah, I put a little weight on there before, so. I'm just kidding. Did not put a weight on there.
We got Shaggy. Shaggy.
Light Scoob, over here.
Shaggy. Blindfolded mystery toy.
Uh-oh.
He has yet to get me on this. This time, I urge you to pick something extremely obscure that is not sitting out that I've had my eye on for a while. Maybe dig.
I gotta dig, yeah.
If you want to be me, you gotta dig.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm thinking that you've chosen stuff that's kind of, I've been seeing it.
Right, and it's stuff that I can reach.
Yeah, so if you get something else that I haven't thought about in a long time, it's going to be hard. Mm-hmm. So here we go. Blindfolded mystery toy. I cannot see. It is not rigged. Oh, he's trying to throw me off with sounds. I know what you're doing. He's gonna get me this time. He's due. He's gonna dig down deep inside something.
I'm really trying hard, I really am.
Yep. Gotta stump me this time. He's rifling through something.
Guess that like really fast.
He's really taking his time this time. I'm worried. Now I can't tell if he's actually rifling or trying to throw me off again. He's really getting into it this time, folks.
I am really trying.
He's gonna stump me.
I am looking.
We do have to wrap up the stream.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold out your hand.
Okay, it's an animal. It feels like a pig.
Dang it!
Is it a pig?
Dang it!
It is a pig!
I tried. I tried.
Well, he had those little, like, udder thingies on the
I mean,
that I was feeling.
I don't know what else to do. I give up on this. You know your stuff too well.
I think you could do it. I just, like, I bet I could walk over there and show you something that I wouldn't have been able to get. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm doing my best guess, but
I think maybe pick something that's, like, not like an animal, like a weird shape that you wouldn't like.
Well, I almost did have one, but I thought to myself, well, she might figure out what that is because that is so defined. But anyway, I'll let it go.
Jay says it was a 10-minute toy hunt for her to guess a pig in 5 seconds.
Whatever.
He didn't get me. My, what do you call it, lives on. My streak. My winning streak.
Your winning streak.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just a loser.
All right, you guys. I have a few, like, just announcements I want to say. And then I'm going to do that drawing from the game earlier, and then we'll be gone because I know it's getting late now. But I did want to say just a couple things at the end here. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Okay, so just a couple of channel updates that are kind of interesting. And one is that I am going to go to Pennsylvania at the end of June. I'm going to head on down there. It is far from me. It's 10 hours. But I'm going to go down there and I'm going to do some up. Yes, up. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to do some collaborations with JP Videos. Yay. And RJ, 78 Productions, maybe Adam Tereska, and others. Okay, so I'm going to try to cram a bunch of stuff into my time there. I'm also going to be doing my own kind of roadside retro video on the way down. I'm going to stop at roadside kind of retro attractions and different easy to do outside kind of quick things and make a video on that as well. So I'm going to also be doing my own stuff. Yes, thank you, CF. Thank you for reminding the chat to hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate that. Please hit the thumbs up on this. That always helps me out. Yes, I did mean up. I'm going up to Pennsylvania. So, you know, later, I mean, the videos for this won't be coming out till like July, but do look out in the future for some collaborations with those Pennsylvania guys that we've all come to know and love. So that's going to be happening. Also, Tammy, are you still here? Is Tammy still here? Tammy. Tammy is actually on the way on my trip up to Pennsylvania. Tammy is in Maryland, and she has invited me to stop at her house because she has a very extensive collection of Wizard of Oz items. She says it's taken over her whole house. She's a serious collector. Her stuff has been featured on television and in a museum before.
Interesting.
Yes, I'm blocking you. You can scoot over.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm like,
it's your video.
Yeah, but
I don't want to. That's really cool.
Yes. So, Tammy's still here. Yes, Tammy is here. I'm going to be thinking about making a stop at her house to actually make a video of her retro collection, which will be really neat. So I'm looking forward to that. Yes, Pennsylvania proud. Yeah, I know. Jake and Becky are also in part of the Pennsylvania group there. So, yes. So look out for that. Some really cool different videos are going to be coming out. In the past, I've only been in North Carolina and Georgia and Tennessee, just right around here. But I'm going to make a long trip up north. So you'll be seeing some different content and some fun collaborations coming out. I'm still going to be trying to find things that I can relate to retro when I'm up there. So we're going to get creative with that and see what happens. Okay, also next week, I also wanted to include that I'm finally collaborating again with John Spike Explores. Yay, he's here too. He's still here, yes. We had to put off a lot of things that we were doing because obviously the COVID-19 stuff, but the trail in the park area that we wanted to get to is reopened. So we are going to be, yes, Tammy, you can be a roadside find. That's true. Anyway, I'm going to be meeting up with John Spike Explores next Thursday, and we are going on a hike to find the remains of an abandoned plane crash that crashed in, I think, the early 80s. And we have more details about that, which you'll see in the video. But we are also including, he has a daughter and I have a daughter, and we're going to bring our daughters with us on this adventure to find the remains of the abandoned plane. So, so that's next week, and I'm looking forward to that. It is going to be an awesome video. And you know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drop a link down to the John Spike Explores channel, because if you want to see his version of the day on his video, which of course will also have me in it, I am going to give you a link to his channel. And that is coming up right now. So that's a link to his channel. At least I hope it is. Somebody check. But go over there. He's also got a lot of great exploration content. Okay, so if you are interested in that sort of thing, a lot of outdoor stuff and just historical stuff, if you're interested in that, do go over to John Spike Explores and subscribe to his channel. Becky says, we have an awesome antique store here in Hanover that has a lot of retro toys. We would love to show you. So maybe that can be another possibility of something that I can do when I'm there. That sounds like a lot of fun. And thank you guys for suggesting that. Jake is already subbed to John Spike. Good, excellent. You are welcome. Jay says he will be taking me to Bill's old bike barn. I will be there until they shut the lights off, according to him. Okay. Well, I will take your word for it. It's going to be really cool, full of a lot of retro items. I'll be making a video, and you are probably right. It probably will be hard to get me out of there. Adam is subbed already. Exploring with CF says that John and I make a good exploring crew. I appreciate that. I think so too. We have some, if you want to see what we've done already, we did an abandoned school and an abandoned house where we had some paranormal activity. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, go to our channel and look at our older videos and you'll see what we've done. Exploring with CF has featured one of our videos that we did on his live stream and his urbex stuff, and that was really cool. He kind of got the word out about us, and he helped me get some subs and things like that, some urbex explorer people to come and check out our stuff, and I really appreciate his support on that. So yeah, so check him out and check my older videos out. I know it seems like it's all all retro toys, but I do abandoned stuff as well. So look back in those old videos. All right. I think that's about it. We are going late here. Make sure. One last thing. Others in here have channels too. I mean, I know you guys know, like Jay is here from JP Videos. There's Exploring with CF. Check out his channels. Abandoned Stuff. Awesome channel. Adam has a channel. Who else? Rob's Classic Commercials. He's got retro commercials as well. Adventures with Dex is a channel. Jake has a channel. Everybody's got, a lot of people have channels. So, like, unfortunately, you can't click on their names anymore to get to them. So you're going to have to just write down their names or remember their names. But check them out. Whoever I'm forgetting, please say in the chat that Sandra has a channel. She does some abandoned stuff. Please.
If all the people with channels makes a regular comment after the video's over, then people can click on you from there.
What?
You said they can't click from the chat, right?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, you can click on them in the comments. You can still do that. Yes, that's a good point.
Everybody with a channel, if you want people to follow your channel, make a comment after the live stream's over.
Yes, that's a very good idea. Comment under the chat and say, hey, I have a channel, and then we can find you. And you can also say right now you have a channel, because we want to have some time for others to get their channel name out there. And we encourage you guys to go check out the other channels too. And me, I mean, I'm assuming you guys are subbed to me, but there might be some new people in here. So if maybe they aren't chatting, they're just watching, please subscribe to this channel so you can get notifications in the future about videos and live streams. And so you can be a part of this great little community. It is great. I stand by that. I love you guys, and I appreciate your support for being here on these streams and watching the videos and commenting, and we have a good time. So please join us and sub to the channel. Okay, enough talk. We got to end this thing. All right. Yes, that was a good idea, Sir Daniel. Thank you.
I have some occasionally.
Yes. So you guys check out the comments. And I don't know. I don't remember if it takes a minute to like get up there or if it's already up. I don't remember. But come back to this video, which will be on my channel, and check out those comments to visit the other channels. Okay, this one is for a retro prize bag. I gotta make sure. Okay. All right. I got Jake. Jake is the winner. So I know some things that he likes, and I know some things that Becky likes too. So I can put those in a bag for you guys. I know I'm kind of just including you together, but I'm sure that's probably okay with you. But yeah, I'll make a retro prize bag for you guys. And if you can message me your address, I will get that out to you. So yeah, Jay, it's not rigged. Jay says everything's rigged when he doesn't win. He's a poor sport, you guys.
Poor sport. Sore loser.
All right. So yes, Jake won. Everybody, yay, Jake. Jay is unsubscribing. No, you're not. Come on now. If you would just behave yourself, maybe I can bring you a retro prize bag. Or maybe I have some cool stuff that your daughter would like that I can actually bring with me on my trip to PA. But you got to behave yourself. I mean, My mods aren't doing anything to help me. They should ban him. I'm just kidding. He is a mod. Okay. All right. Oh, he resubscribed. All that talk about I'll bring him a treat, and he resubscribed. So we're good now. All right. You are welcome, Jake. All right. That's enough. We went long on this one. Thank you guys for being there. It's been a good night. Thank you, Sir Daniel, as always, for helping me out.
You're welcome.
And this was live stream number 3. You can expect number 4 in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, yes, I mean it this time, I'm going to get those items up on the group. Okay, so let me put the group up one more time. The Facebook group for toys. Toys selling. If you want to see what's going up for sale from this room, please join our group. Here it is. Glad to hear you had fun, Robin Sumner. There's the group. Please join the group. I promise I'll get some stuff up soon. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to my mods for helping out tonight, and we will see you next time. Good night.
Good night.